Yeah, hi guys. Very good evening to you. Rather, a very good morning. It's just past 12 o'clock midnight. So, I wanted to talk about a few things today and, you know, just some food for the brain basically. Wanted to tell you a few things about myself. And of course, the center of my universe is my dogs, and as if you follow us, you know that 31st is fast approaching. And what baffles me is that I have tried to do different things to get people to notice that we have a situation here where and we need some help for our dogs, people who would be ready to adopt, but nothing seems to be happening. And I'm okay with that, because I'm a very strong believer of God. So what we do in our lives is we go ahead and strive, we make the efforts, right? We don't count for the results, we don't anticipate results, though business schools will tell you differently. But then again, like, I believe that not even a leaf will move without the will of the Lord. So if these dogs are supposed to be staying with me for the rest of their lives, then so be it, and I'll make the changes that I have to make. But at the same time, the situation is that I can't afford to keep these dogs in this house, right? So come 31st March, if these dogs are not out by then, I'll have to move out of this house, just like I did with my previous houses, right? And that's okay with me, I can live with that. Not a problem. Just a little bit of hassle for the wife, and my mother doesn't tend to understand. But let me tell you what happened is, like, basically I had this the mother dog, she's sitting over there near the refrigerator on the ground, right? So she actually had a litter. When I was staying in one of the previous locations, she had a litter where we let her inside our apartments, like the basement had a parking area, so we let her have her litter in the basement where it wouldn't rain. It was the rainy season, so the children would be like a little bit protected that way, the puppies. And what happened is that some of the neighbors really didn't appreciate it, and one fine day, maybe the puppies were like around 20-25 days old. These guys, the neighbors, they just picked up the puppies, and they walked a few blocks away from the house, from our apartments, and just left the puppies somewhere. And unfortunately, we could not get all of them back, because by the time, like, we tried to go and get the puppies, three of them had gone and we had three left. So we got the three back, and kind of hassled the neighbors and told them, like, they're going to stay here in the basement. Again, they were not happy. There's a lot of friction. So eventually, when the next litter was going to come around, we knew that the dog was heavily pregnant. I just was very worried as to how would she handle it this time, and where would she go and give the babies. So what I did is, like, I took her inside our apartment. We had like 3 bedrooms, so I gave one of the bedrooms to the dog, which is like a bit crazy if you ask the normal people around me, because that's what they said I was, my friends and all. But I somehow wanted the dogs to be safe, the puppies to be safe, and wanted the mother dog to be safe, because the last time, the things that happened, like, once the puppies were moved a few blocks away, and I saw how the mother dog reacted. She stopped eating, and she stopped even like barking for 2 to 3 days. You could see the depression in her eyes. You could see the depression in her body language. And it's like, we are going to live for 2 days, right? Why can't we share something? Why? What's the problem? Like, why can't we share? Like, is a dog inferior to a man? A lot of people think that way, that a dog is inferior to a man. My situation is such that I don't even have a good camera phone to pick pictures, okay, and relay this story. But I'm doing what I can, because that's what Gary Vee said, right? I'm a big believer in Gary Vee. So here we are now, and when I walk out in the streets, sometimes I see people, roaming in their Jaguars, in their Mercedes Benz, in their BMWs, in their highly modified cars and their custom built houses, and their maybe thousands of dollars worth of their suits and their dresses and their shoes and their jewelry. And here I am trying to get 6 dogs alive in a city of millions, and nobody's bothered. Nobody's bothered whether the dogs live or die. Nobody's even bothered to even say, hey man, we are there for you, and you go ahead and try what you try, okay, and we can share this with some of our friends. I never got anything like that, most probably because YouTube organic growth is on the decline and I'm a bit late. But this is not about organic growth or inorganic growth. What is this about? This is about using social media to truly empower the nation, to truly empower the society, so that we can get help, so that people who are in trouble, are in genuine trouble or genuine need of help, they can get help. What's the fucking point if, I'm sorry about that, but what's the point if you can't use technology for the benefit of people or society around you, animals or humans or whatever? It's strange. I don't understand. Things don't things don't. Now I'm paying a certain amount of money to these guys, right? This landlord over here, and what me and my wife have thought is, let's say that this place, the place that you're hiring, okay, renting out, because I don't have money for a house, so I'm renting out this place, and let's say that the locality that I'm staying in, over there the rents are around seven grands, okay, let's say it's 7 grands. So just because we have the dogs with us, we agreed in the very beginning to pay over 10 grands for a 7 grand property, okay, now rental. And then 31st March is coming, so me and my wife, we have limited income, but what we decided is that we like the house, we like the space around, so we'll have a discussion with the landlord next weekend, and what we have decided is we're going to tell them that if they want, we'll push up the rent by 15 grands. That's more than double of what this house is valued at, but we are willing to do that for the dogs. I still doubt if the owner would take this, and at the same time I feel a bit uncomfortable in offering them 15 grands, it's as if I'm trying to buy them off. I'm not trying to buy them off, I'm just trying to save my dogs, okay. One thing is for sure, I'm not going to give my dogs on the streets. I'm just not going to say that okay guys, here are the streets and you got to move on your own. That's not going to happen. And you saw, you understand how I got these dogs, right? So the other day I was talking with one of my friends. Actually, the condition of the house is very dirty, right? And my wife doesn't like it. So she spoke to one of my friends, a very old friend of mine, and he came back to give some suggestions or advice. And what he said was that, basically that because you helped these dogs, in a way you killed them. And how is that so? How did I kill them? Oh, because now they don't know how to fend for themselves and how to find food, right? And he had a point out there, yeah, I mean, nothing would hurt me more than that, that I tried to save the dogs, but I killed them. It's amazing, right? But then again, I was thinking that, yeah, these guys, they won't be able to fend for themselves. That remains to be seen, we'll have to put them against a few dogs and see if they're able to fend for themselves or not. But as far as food is concerned, I don't want them to go to garbage bins and pull out food. No, that's not what was meant for them. Just because we have dogs in the society which go up to the garbage bin to pull up food doesn't mean that it has to be that way. We human beings, we are thinking people. We can change things. We are the ones who will change the things. Otherwise, how it's going to happen? It's never going to happen, right? So my contribution is with my 6 dogs. I don't know about you. I don't even know if you care about dogs, but you must be caring about something, So that's where I am at, and I have decided that I'm going to go the whole hog, and I'm going to be looking, working for these dogs till I meet my goals, whether somebody comes to help me or doesn't come to help me, or whether somebody has a heart to love my dogs or do not have a heart to love my dogs, I don't care. I'm going to keep on going. And there's the second aspect, that I've never had money in my life, never had money. So it'll be hard for you to understand, but I'm in India, right? So I'll tell you, back in 97, I come from a very, not a very well-off family, but okay, we never had to, like my father and my mom, they were always able to provide us for things that we required, not a super luxurious life, but like they had mentored us, they had brought us up as they tried their best to bring us up as good human beings who do not have extravagant needs or demands. So we never had that at any point of time in our lives. Like during our childhood, when we had extravagant demands, we were put in our place by our mom and dad. I'm grateful for that, because we didn't become hooligans and like spoiled children. So we had like the dresses we needed to wear, the shoes we needed to wear, and we had good food. My father and mother loved food, so we spent a lot of money on food. They spent a lot of money on food for our food. And that's, my father was in the defense, and he retired as a major general in the army. That's like 2 spots from the top, right? So okay, pretty good. But me, I did a lot of wrong things, and my learning has been hard. So I had a lot of knockdowns in my life. And my first salary for a 16-hour work day for 6 days a week, and sometimes 7 days. It was a 3-year program. It was an apprenticeship program by the central government of India for a 5-star hotel, which used to also serve the domestic and international airports of that specific city, name of Calcutta, in eastern part of India. And my first salary was, believe this, 680 rupees a month. Okay, 680 rupees a month. So that money would not even, suffice for my bus fare from my home to the hotel and back. Like my bus fare would be like a little bit higher than that. Like my stipend was 680 bucks, but the bus fare up and down would be like 900 bucks a month if I came every day. So that's the basic thing about this job. But then I had friends who were like going and they were pursuing like higher paying jobs, and good for them, no problems. So one of my old friends, he met me, and I told him like, this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be working in the kitchen. And he just told me like, are you crazy, man? What's wrong with you? 680 bucks to work in a kitchen. I was like of the thought, that I'm not going to stay here for my life. I just need to pick up the skills. Once I pick up the skills, I can go around anywhere in the world and cook, and it shouldn't be a problem. So 680 bucks is not the real deal. The real deal is equipping myself with the skills required for this job, because I didn't know anything about the job. And moreover, I had some problems in the college as well. So I went ahead, and when I was doing that, when a human being is like put into that kind of a place, and you go in and come back and go in and come back and do your 680 rupee job every day, it kind of like, it imprisons the soul, the free nature of the soul. You start feeling as if things are dragging you down. It plays with your head. And I never in my life thought I would make 5,000 rupees a month as a salary, right? And it's strange, because when I'm telling you that I never thought I would be able to make 5,000 rupees, I'm telling you the truth from the bottom of my heart. I truly believed that I will never make 5,000 rupees a month, because how can I was making 680. How is it possible that I'll make 5,000? Who will pay me 5,000? So it's strange that 5,000 was not an aspiration. Most probably it was like my ceiling, which I needed to conquer, break through to go to the next level. But life is so strange, because after that I made 2,500 a month, then I made like 5,000 a month, then I made like 7.5 grand, then I made like 12,000, then I made like around 18,000, and on it went. And it was pretty strange because it was never enough. You know, it was never enough. Like, gone were the 680 rupee days. We have more money now, but it still feels like the same thing, as if is the soul has been captured and dragged down. When it's like 680, look at 5,000. When it's 5,000, you look at 15,000. When it's 15,000, you look at 50,000. When it's 50,000, you look at 5 lakhs. And it's a never ending, like wheel. It's like you're trapped, kind of. And, then it took me some time, but I did realize that it's not, that this thing about like money, that we want money all the time, right? More money, more money. Money is not going to bring in the solutions. It's just going to, like make your life easier, but it's not going to bring in the solutions. So there are a few things that you need to inculcate in your life so that you be happy and you use your money, like appropriately and to the best of its utility, basically, to use the money for the right causes. Okay, and what I'm talking about is not hogging everything for yourself, but if you have money, to share it with the people who do not have. Okay, because the tables can turn very fast. The tables can turn very fast in life. That's what my personal experience is. So we'll talk about this a little bit more in the next few chapters, but in the meantime, if you guys like can share this thing about my dogs. I'm looking for a home in Chennai for my dogs, and like if anybody is ready to adopt, they're 8 months old, they're lovely dogs, haven't learned anything other than loving. They don't know what is violence. They're trained dogs. They're very, very, very nice dogs. You see the way they've been lying down over here, right? And they don't cause hassle. They don't cause hassle. Okay, anybody who even takes one of these dogs, I can guarantee you that if you do not know about dogs, your perspective about life will change only through these dogs. You don't need anything. Don't need no therapy, no $1,000 psychiatric sessions or $1,000 pills or stuff like that. Just you can't imagine the kind of therapeutic value that these dogs bring in. Anyways, the number is 7397329020. If you like the content, I would like you to comment on it. If you do not agree with something, I'd be more than happy to like look into it and change my way of thinking. Okay, I'm not saying that I'll change it, but I'm open-minded. If I'm wrong somewhere, I'm ready to look into it and ready to learn. That's my philosophy. So if you feel that something was not right during this narration, please let us know in the comments box. And like I said, number is 7397329020. Also 9789314304. That number is available only from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Give us a call anytime you want to. Even if you want the dogs, you can come. If you don't want the dogs, you can come and have some food with us. We'd love to share food. Okay, and love, of course, right? So I wish you all the best. I hope that God gives you all the bountiful that you require, that you ever needed. God bless you and your loved ones. Keep them safe, keep them healthy. And my last thing is, please, please, please don't use cell phones while you're driving. Okay, it increases the probability of an accident by 400%. Okay, so that's not me, that's research. So 400% probability increase in accident just by you picking the phone and using it while you're driving. I think your loved ones would say otherwise, right? So take care and God bless you. Thank you.